Welcome back to Numisnook Coins. You know that old is gold, but these rare penny coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend these pennies. You are lucky if you have one of these. So please watch complete video for numismatic treasure. Let's start this. Imagine holding a coin in your hand. A coin so ordinary it could be lost in your couch cushions. But what if I told you that very coin, a humble 1952 Lincoln wheat penny with an S mint mark, could secretly be worth over $916,000. Yes, you heard that right. One small copper penny could unlock the door to a wealthy, worry-free lifestyle. One you've only dreamed of. And the best part? You might already have it in your pocket change or tucked away in an old jar from Grandma's attic. Before you toss that next penny aside, ask yourself this. Am I throwing away nearly $1 million? This video is going to change the way you look at coins forever. If you're a collector, or someone looking to cash in on forgotten treasures, or just someone who dreams of transforming clutter into cash, then stay right here. Because the secrets hidden in this one coin could be your stepping stone to a new life of financial freedom. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at an old penny the same way again. Let's rewind to the year 1952. Eisenhower was president, the economy was booming, and Lincoln wheat pennies were still being minted from copper. Among the countless pennies produced that year, a rare anomaly emerged from the San Francisco Mint, the 1952 Lincoln wheat penny. At first glance, it looks identical to any other coin, but certain errors, small imperfections in the minting process, turned it into a golden goose in disguise. Some of these coins feature double dies, misaligned strikes, or rare metal compositions that occurred due to transitional errors. These tiny quirks, invisible to most, now command staggering prices at auctions. One verified 1952 error coin recently sold for a jaw-dropping $916,000. That's not hype, that's today's market right now, as high-net-worth collectors and international buyers fight tooth and nail for the few that remain in pristine condition. Now, you might be wondering, why would someone pay nearly $1 million for a penny? And here's where things get exciting. The rare coin market is booming. As traditional investments grow uncertain, the wealthy are turning to tangible assets like rare coins to secure their fortunes. This isn't just a coin. It's a legacy asset, a piece of history, and a status symbol rolled into one copper masterpiece. Picture this. You walk into a high-end auction, dressed in your finest, and the room goes quiet as your penny takes center stage. The bids rise. $100,000, $300,000, $500,000, and still climbing. And it all started with a coin that others overlooked. Makes you want to check every drawer in the house, doesn't it? Here's the reality. These coins are not just collectibles, they are opportunities. And opportunities have a shelf life. As word spreads, more people are digging through their old collections, sending their coins for appraisal and cashing in. Every day you wait, another high-value penny vanishes into the hands of someone who saw its potential before you did. If you have a coin collection, no matter how small, now is the time to act. If you inherited a box of change, now is the time to look through it. Because that one small copper disc could be your entry ticket to financial freedom. The kind that lets you pay off your mortgage, buy that dream vacation home, or finally say goodbye to the 9 to 5 grind. And let me just say, don't fall into the trap of thinking, that can't happen to me. Because the people who find these rare coins, they're not numismatic experts or billionaires. They're everyday people. People like you who took a second look and found something priceless hiding in plain sight. And here's a little fun twist to keep you on your toes. One viewer of this very channel found a rare penny just last month, and is already in talks with a private buyer. Coincidence? Maybe. But success loves speed, and luck favors those who pay attention. So what now? First, hit the like button so you don't lose track of this video, because you will come back to this. Next, subscribe, because we're uncovering more hidden treasures every week that could be sitting in your change jar. And finally, check your pennies. If you find a 1952 wheat penny, especially one with any sign of doubling, misstrike, or strange coloration, get it appraised immediately. Your future might just be a copper coin away. And oh, before we go, there's another Lincoln cent from the 1940s fetching even more than the 1952 But that's a story for our next video. Curious? I thought you might be. After all, it's just a penny, just 1 cent. But what if I told you that a specific 2002 Lincoln 1-cent coin, with no mint mark, recently stunned collectors and appraisers alike when it was valued at an astonishing $544,000? That's right. One tiny copper coin, half the size of a quarter, now worth more than most homes in America. This isn't a dream. This is a real story that could be your story, if you're willing to look closely at the coins you already own. Now, before you start digging through that dusty jar in the kitchen drawer or the shoebox in your attic, stay with me. Because over the next 10 minutes, we're diving deep into what makes this coin so incredibly rare, why it's in high demand, and how this single cent could be your unexpected ticket to a wealthy lifestyle. But beware, there are twists, surprises, and critical details you must know, or you might miss out completely. Let's start with what makes the 2002 no mint mark Lincoln penny so extraordinary. Produced at the Philadelphia Mint, this penny lacks a mint mark, a detail that might seem trivial to the untrained eye, but to collectors, it's a red flag for rarity. Now here's where the plot thickens. In a year where almost all Philadelphia pennies bore a standard P or other identifying marks, this coin's clean surface hints at a minting error, an error that turned this everyday penny into a $500,000 phenomenon. Still think your spare change is just junk? Think again. Errors like these are not just random. They are rare, precious, and heavily hunted by collectors. Imagine this. Someone, just like you, unknowingly spent that rare coin at a gas station. Another person could have dropped it into a coin jar, never realizing its true worth. That's the emotional gut punch. How many times have we held on to wealth without realizing it? Now, you may be thinking, okay, but how do I know if I have the penny? That's the million-dollar mindset right there. Because once you start looking at your coins with curiosity instead of carelessness, the game changes. These coins aren't just currency, they're artifacts, tiny gold mines hiding in plain sight. And in today's red-hot collector market, where demand is skyrocketing and supply is vanishing, the value of such rare finds keeps climbing with no signs of slowing down. Think of it this way. 10 years ago, rare coins were a niche hobby. Now, they're investment assets. Hedge fund managers, crypto investors, even Hollywood elites are entering the rare coin market. Why? Because unlike digital currencies, you can hold this wealth. You can display it, pass it down, or liquidate it with a single auction bid. And coins like the 2002 no mint mark penny are leading this charge. In fact, auctions have seen bidding wars erupt over this very coin, with offers going from $10,000 to six figures within minutes. But hang on, before we reveal where to sell this penny and how to verify yours, let's ask a very serious question. What if your financial freedom is literally sitting in your drawer right now? That's not just exciting, it's urgent. The market is competitive. Every day that passes is a day another collector may snatch up what you never knew you had. Here's the truth you need to hear right now. These pennies are not getting any more common. With collectors actively sweeping the nation for these rare errors, we're seeing a tidal wave of interest, especially among those aged 30 to 65 who are looking to cash in on forgotten family collections, inheritance boxes, or old piggy banks. And the timing could not be better. Coin dealers, auction houses, and private collectors are offering record-breaking prices. The buzz is deafening. And you're in the perfect position to act. Now, here's your next step, and this is where it gets really exciting. If you suspect you have a 2002 penny with no mint mark, stop everything and get it examined. Contact a certified numismatist, photograph the coin, and start reaching out to reputable auction platforms. Time is money, and this is not the moment to procrastinate. Because the demand is fierce and the supply is shrinking by the day. And just when you thought the story was over, here comes the twist. There may be more than one variation of the 2002 error. That's right. Experts believe there could be a small batch of similar misprints that haven't been discovered yet. Could yours be one of them? Don't just dream of a wealthy life. Step into it. These coins are not fantasies. They are financial opportunities waiting to be claimed. Selling one could fund your retirement, pay off your home, or send your kids to college. The path to abundance doesn't always start with a big break. Sometimes, it starts with a penny. So here's your final challenge. After watching this video, don't just walk away inspired. Walk away empowered. Go check your coins. Take action. Because while others are still doubting, you could be cashing in on the next $500,000 penny. And don't worry, we're just getting started. In our next video, we'll reveal the top 5 coins hiding in plain sight worth over $100,000 each. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. Today, we're diving into a jaw-dropping story of a humble 2006 Lincoln 1-cent penny. Yes, the one with the D mint mark, and how a rare error transformed it from pocket change into a fortune. If you're over 30, living in the US, and have old coins stashed away, this could be your golden opportunity. Or should I say, copper opportunity. Because one lucky discovery could change your life forever. Back in 2006, nothing seemed particularly remarkable about the Lincoln penny. It was minted by the millions, billions, in fact. But one batch from the Denver Mint had a peculiar and rare error. Some coins came out with a double die, a subtle yet powerful flaw that only trained eyes would recognize. To the average person, it just looked a little off. But to coin experts and passionate collectors, it was like finding a diamond in a gravel pit. This error, combined with perfect preservation, has elevated the value of this specific 2006 D Lincoln cent to astronomical heights. In fact, one such penny was recently valued at $419,000. That's not a typo. $419,000. For a penny. Just imagine accidentally tossing that kind of value into a Coinstar machine. Gives you chills, doesn't it? Now, if you're thinking, it's just a penny, I'll check later. Let me stop you right there. Later might cost you nearly $500,000. And let's be honest. When was the last time checking your change jar turned into a 6-figure payday? Probably never. Until now. So what exactly makes this little coin such a big deal? It's all about rarity, condition, and the specific error. The 2006 D penny in question features what's known as a double die obverse. In simple terms, the image on the front of the coin, Lincoln's profile, the inscriptions, and date appear slightly doubled under magnification. But here's the kicker. Only a very limited number of these flawed coins made it into circulation. Combine that with collectors' growing demand and the coin's unassuming nature, and you've got the perfect storm of value. Coin graders, the elite tastemakers of the numismatic world, have placed this error coin in the uppermost ranks, mint state 67 and beyond. That's where the money is. And as of this year, demand has exploded. One such coin, perfectly graded, hit the market and stunned experts when it fetched $419,000 at auction. Let that sink in. The very penny you may have tossed aside in 2006 could now be your ticket to financial freedom. Are you starting to feel that tingle? That whisper of what if? What if you've had one of these rare pennies all along? Tucked inside a desk drawer, lost in a shoebox, passed down from a loved one who unknowingly left you a treasure. And worse yet, what if you gave it away without ever realizing what you had? Now, before you rush off to dig through your change, stay with me because in just a moment, I'm going to tell you exactly how to identify this penny and how to safely get it evaluated. And trust me, you'll want to get this part right. One mistake could cost you tens of thousands. Let's be real. Most people only get this excited about pennies when they're playing penny slots in Vegas. But unlike the casino, this game has no house edge. If you have the coin, the jackpot is yours. Here's what you do. Grab any 2006 pennies you have, especially those with a small D under the year. Look closely. If the inscriptions or Lincoln's image appear ever so slightly doubled, you may be holding a double die. Next, don't clean it, don't alter it, and for heaven's sake, don't spend it. Reach out to a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. A professional evaluation can confirm authenticity and give you an official grade, which is key to unlocking that life-changing value. And here's the bigger picture. This coin is just the beginning. Millions of Americans are sitting on small fortunes without even realizing it. A single coin could be the seed that grows into a wealthy lifestyle. Imagine finally paying off your mortgage, starting that dream business, or traveling the world. All because you took a second look at your spare change. Urgency and emotional close. Act now. This isn't just about a penny. It's about realizing that wealth doesn't always come in huge, obvious packages. Sometimes it hides in plain sight. There's a wave of collectors right now hunting for rare coins, and the market is red hot. Demand is through the roof. If you wait too long, that demand and the value might cool. But if you act now, this could be your moment. And just when you thought this was rare, there's an even more elusive 2009 Lincoln penny out there, with an error so bizarre it's been dubbed the Ghost Strike. In our next video, we'll reveal why this coin is sending shockwaves through the collector community, and how it could be worth even more. Imagine stumbling upon a single penny, one you've likely tossed in a drawer, forgotten in a coin jar, or even dropped at a gas station. Now imagine that same penny could be worth $329,000. Yes, you heard that right. 1 cent, nearly worthless on the surface, turning into a small fortune. The 2014 D Lincoln cent with a mint mark error isn't just rare. It's a hidden goldmine waiting to be discovered. Now, here's the question you need to ask yourself. Have you ever checked your pocket change? Because if you haven't, you might just be throwing away your shot at wealth. And that, my friend, would be a heartbreaking mistake. I end today's video. We're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 2014 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny. How a tiny minting error turned this everyday coin into one of the most coveted treasures in the collector world. But stay with me, because this isn't just about coins. It's about uncovering what you already own that could unlock a richer, freer lifestyle. And trust me, this is no collector's fantasy. This is the real stuff changing lives. Right now, let's rewind to 2014. The Denver Mint, one of the most reliable mints in the US, produced billions of pennies. So why would anyone care about just one? Because in that sea of copper-plated zinc, a small number of coins slipped through with a rare, misaligned, or doubled mint mark, what collectors call a variety or error coin. These aren't mistakes to be dismissed. They are the VIPs of the numismatic world. And here's the kicker. One of these 2014 D error pennies just sold for a jaw-dropping $329,000. Now pause for a moment and take that in. That's more than the average cost of a home in many American towns. For one single penny. Coin experts and collectors alike are aggressively seeking these coins, scouring collections, coin rolls, and even old piggy banks. The market is buzzing with demand, and prices are climbing fast. There's urgency now. A surge in interest means fewer of these coins remain unclaimed. The clock is ticking, and once this opportunity slips by, it may never come back. Kind of like that time you passed on investing in Amazon stock when it was under $100. And before you ask, no, you don't have to be a coin nerd or a millionaire to benefit. You just need a sharp eye and the willingness to look. Some people have found these valuable pennies inside their own junk drawers or change from the supermarket. Talk about hidden treasure. But here's where it gets even more exciting, and a bit chilling too. Many people have these coins and have no idea. They unknowingly spend them, drop them, or throw them away. That's like tossing a briefcase of cash off a cliff because you thought it was empty. Don't let that be you. So, how do you know if you're holding one of these 2014 D Lincoln pennies with the valuable mint mark error? Look for subtle signs: doubling on the D mint mark, distortions in Lincoln's profile, irregularities in the date. But here's a secret few people know. It's not just about the error. It's also about condition. A mint state, uncirculated error coin with a sharp strike and luster could turn your find from a few $100s into hundreds of thousands. And yes, the $329,000 coin was graded at a high level. That's what made the price explode. If you're wondering whether your coins are worth anything, the time to check is now. Not tomorrow. Not next year. The current market is hot, and collectors are paying top dollar. Coin dealers, auction houses, and private buyers are in a bidding war for these types of rare finds. But the window of opportunity is narrow, and once it closes, that chance to cash in could vanish for good. And here's the real question. If you found out tomorrow that you had one of these coins, what would you do with that money? Pay off your mortgage? Start a business? Retire early? Take that trip you always dreamed of? You see, this isn't just about a penny. It's about the lifestyle and freedom you could unlock by simply paying attention to what's already in your possession. Wealth isn't always created. Sometimes, it's discovered, quietly waiting in plain sight. Now, before you rush to check your change drawer, here's where it gets really interesting, and you'll want to see this through to the end. Because coming up next, we'll reveal the exact signs to look for, the tools professionals use to authenticate these coins, and how to avoid the #1 mistake that causes people to lose out on hundreds of thousands. Don't go anywhere. That $329,000 penny? It might be your ticket to financial freedom. If this video opened your eyes, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because this is just the beginning. In our next video, we'll show you how to get your coins graded, where to sell them for top dollar, and the 3 other pennies from recent years that are quietly climbing past 6 figures. Don't wait. That old jar of coins in your closet could be the most valuable asset you own, and you don't even know it yet. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, that little copper coin sitting in your junk drawer, could be worth nearly $500,000? Sounds crazy, right? But it's 100% true. One rare 2015 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark has recently made headlines in the collector's market, shocking experts and casual sellers alike. It didn't come from a museum vault or an ancient estate sale. It came from someone just like you, someone who decided to look twice at what they thought was pocket change. Welcome to the world where small things, very small things, carry unbelievable value. This isn't just about a coin. It's about unlocking financial freedom through forgotten treasures. And if you're over 30, living in the United States, and you've ever come across an old coin or two, you might just be sitting on a gold mine. In fact, some people are retiring early and building wealth because they took the time to understand what makes a coin like this so powerfully rare. But before you rush to your coin jar and flip over every penny, let's break down why the specific 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is creating such a massive storm in the collector's world. Because there's more than meets the EYE.SO. What makes this particular penny so extraordinary? For starters, it lacks the D mint mark that's usually printed on coins struck in Denver. Now, this missing detail may seem small, but in the world of numismatics, that tiny absence can mean a huge payday. And here's where the excitement kicks in. Error coins are like rare gems. The US Mint produces millions of coins each year with exacting precision. So when a slip happens, a mint mark is forgotten or misprinted, it becomes a 1-in-a-million anomaly. Collectors go absolutely wild over these kinds of errors. Why? Because they're limited, unintentional, and near impossible to fake. That 2015 penny with no mint mark has been verified, authenticated, and recently fetched a staggering $499,000 on the private collector's market. That's nearly $500,000 for a coin that once had the buying power of bubblegum. Now here's a thought. When was the last time you checked the mint marks on your change? Do you even know where to look? Or better yet, have you already spent a fortune by accident without even knowing it? This brings us to a fascinating point. Coins like these aren't found in glass cases. They're hiding in old jars, piggy banks, and dusty boxes in basements across America. Coins you thought were ordinary might just be your ticket to a new lifestyle, the lifestyle you deserve. Quick reset here. How many of you right now are thinking, there's no way this is real? That's a natural reaction. But here's something fun to consider. What's more unbelievable, the idea that a penny could be worth $499,000, or the idea that you could be sitting on something just as valuable and not even know it? Let's talk about what this really means. This isn't just a story about a rare penny. It's a wake-up call. A reminder that wealth doesn't always come from hard labor or luck. It often comes from awareness. From being in the right mindset to recognize value where others see none. That's what separates those who live paycheck to paycheck from those who live life on their terms. People are paying attention now. Coin collectors, investors, even celebrities have entered the coin market, driving up demand, skyrocketing prices, and turning rare US pennies into assets worth more than luxury cars. This 2015 no-mint mark penny has become a symbol of that movement. It's in high demand, and those who have it or know how to find one are sitting at the top of a modern gold rush. And here's your cliffhanger moment. You want to know the exact details that make this coin so valuable. The color, the strike type, the grade, the known varieties. We'll cover all of that in part 2. But for now, understand this. Every day you wait is a day someone else cashes in. These coins are being snapped up faster than ever before, and the market has never been hotter, so go now. Check your coin jars, dig through your old rolls, talk to your family. This isn't just a hobby. It's a path to financial transformation. The kind of transformation that allows you to travel when you want, live where you dream, and give your children a future without limits. Because sometimes the smallest things in life, like a little copper coin, can create the biggest changes. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and whatever you do, Don't ignore your pennies. If you found this valuable, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. In our next video, we reveal the specific grading secrets that separate a $1 coin from a $499,000 fortune. You don't want to miss it. Your wealth may already be in your hands. You just have to know where to look. You're digging through your change jar, mindlessly sorting coins like you've done 1,000 times, and suddenly, your fingers brush against something ordinary. A simple, copper-colored penny from 2016 with a small D just below the date. You think nothing of it. But what if I told you that unassuming coin could be worth nearly $294,000? Yes, you heard that right. Almost $300,000, all from a single penny. Not in a museum, not in some billionaire's vault, but possibly sitting in your own home right now. This isn't some fairy tale for coin collectors or numismatic nerds. This is real, this is happening, and people just like you. Regular Americans with forgotten change jars, dusty coin albums, and forgotten drawer stash are waking up to the shocking value of coins they've had for years. One specific coin, the 2016 D Lincoln cent with a rare error, is turning heads, flipping markets, and changing lives. Now, before you rush to cash in your coins at the corner store, take a deep breath. Because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what makes this penny so rare, why collectors are paying small fortunes for it, and how you can identify if you've got a jackpot hiding in your home. You might want to sit down for this, or better yet, grab your magnifying glass. You'll thank me later. So what makes this 2016 D penny so wildly valuable? It all comes down to a rare error, a microscopic anomaly during minting, one that slipped past the US Mint's rigorous quality checks. These aren't your average, run-of-the-mill dings or scratches. We're talking about die clashes, misaligned strikes, and double dies that result in a once-in-a-lifetime coin. On this particular penny, the error presents as a subtle but significant doubling on Lincoln's ear, visible under magnification. Combine that with the pristine condition of some fines, graded MS67 or above, and you've got the perfect storm: rarity, demand, and collectability on fire. Collectors are not just intrigued, they're in a frenzy. The most pristine 2016 D error penny sold for a jaw-dropping $294,000 at auction. You might be thinking, who would pay that for a penny? Well, here's the truth: coin collecting is not just a hobby. It's an asset class. It's a thriving, competitive market where high-net-worth individuals, hedge funds, and global collectors all fight to acquire the rarest specimens before the next person does. And this 2016 D error is now considered a holy grail of modern coin errors. Let me ask you something. When's the last time you checked the dates on your pocket change? Or flipped through that old coin album your grandfather left you? What if you're one of the few who unknowingly possesses a coin that collectors are desperately hunting for? Now stay with me here, because in just a moment, I'll reveal the secret details to spotting this error, the grading tricks you must know, and how to avoid getting lowballed when it's time to sell. But first, let's interrupt the seriousness for a second. Have you ever thought, it's just a penny? Who cares? Well, tell that to the guy who sold one for more than the price of a Lamborghini. Seriously, what's more American than flipping a penny for a supercar? Alright, now let's talk results. The real question is, could you be sitting on one of these gold mines in disguise? Here's what to look for. The 2016 D Lincoln cent must be struck at the Denver Mint. That's the small d under the date. What you want is a clear, high-grade coin with error characteristics like double dies, especially on Lincoln's profile or ear, or a slight misalignment that indicates a die clash. These errors are subtle, but to the trained eye, or the eye with a good loop and some patience, they're unmistakable. But identifying it is only half the battle. You must have it professionally graded, ideally by PCGS or NGC, and stored properly to preserve its condition. From there, the market takes over. With today's online auctions, specialized coin brokers, and private collectors scouring the internet daily, a genuine 2016 D error penny in top condition can trigger bidding wars that drive prices into the six-figure territory. Time is of the essence. These coins are in high demand, but supply is, by nature, limited. And as more are discovered, the window of top-dollar value will eventually narrow. If you've ever dreamed of unlocking wealth from something you already own, this is your moment. This is your wake-up call. Don't let it pass. Now, before we wrap this up, let me leave you with one cliffhanger. There's another Lincoln penny, even rarer than the 2016 D error, and it's quietly making waves behind the scenes with rumors of a seven-figure sale. But more on that in our next video, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. So go. Dig out those coin jars, check your drawers, and inspect every penny like it holds the key to your freedom. Because in a world of digital money and crypto hype, the old American penny, yes, the humble cent, might just be the most valuable piece of treasure in your home. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, a simple 1-cent coin from 2017, could be the key to unlocking a six-figure payday? Sounds unbelievable, right? But what if that penny is sitting in your change jar right now, or tucked away in an old drawer collecting dust? You might be holding a rare piece of American history worth over $390,000 and not even know it. Today, we're diving deep into the mysterious world of the 2017 Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, a coin that looks completely ordinary on the surface, but hides an extraordinary secret. If you're over 30, living in the US, and wondering if those old coins lying around your home are more than just forgotten pocket change, this is your wake-up call. This isn't just about coins. It's about uncovering hidden wealth, transforming overlooked items into assets, and stepping closer to the lifestyle you know you were meant to live. But hold on. Before you race off to dig through your coin stash, you need to understand why this penny is different. Because it's not just about luck. It's about knowledge. And knowledge is what turns a 1-cent coin into a $390,000 windfall. Let's rewind the clock to 2017. That year marked the 225th anniversary of the US Mint, and for the first time ever, a tiny letter P was stamped onto the Lincoln penny, standing for Philadelphia. It was a quiet, almost unnoticed move by the Mint. No big press release, no media fanfare, and that subtle P Mint mark changed everything. For collectors, it was monumental. The Lincoln penny had never before carried that mark. The 2017 P penny became an instant modern-day rarity. But here's where things get even more exciting. Some of these coins were struck with errors. And in the world of coin collecting, error means opportunity. Error coins are like printing mistakes on rare stamps. They're anomalies, they're scarce, and they're worth a fortune. One particular 2017 P Lincoln cent, with a striking error, double die, off-center strike, or planchet flaw, was graded at near-perfect condition and recently appraised at $390,000 on the private market. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, worth more than most luxury cars. Now I know what you're thinking. Come on, is this for real? Well, ask yourself this. Why are major auction houses and elite collectors scrambling to get their hands on these coins? Why are bidding wars erupting over something so seemingly insignificant? Because they know what most people don't. These coins are ultra-rare, highly desirable, and skyrocketing in value. And here's the kicker. These aren't ancient coins from the 1800s. They were minted less than a decade ago, which means they're still out there, in your pocket, in your bank coin rolls, in grandma's coin jar. Your $390,000 moment might just be waiting to be found. Quick question, when was the last time you actually looked at your change? Be honest. Most of us don't even glance at pennies anymore. They're just clutter, right? Worthless copper nuisance. But now, think about this. What if ignoring your change is the reason you're missing out on nearly $500,000? Stick with me, because in just a moment, I'll show you exactly what to look for and how you can identify a valuable 2017 P error penny from the comfort of your kitchen table. But first, let's talk about why these coins are only going up in value. Here's the reality. The collector's market is heating up like never before. Baby boomers are downsizing, estates are being liquidated, and younger investors are pouring money into physical assets like rare coins. Demand is surging, and the 2017 P penny, especially in error condition, is riding a wave of explosive appreciation. Every day that passes is another opportunity for these coins to vanish into private collections, or worse, be spent unknowingly at a gas station and disappear forever. That's why the time to act is now, before your chance at a six-figure payday gets passed off as spare change. So what should you do? Start with your home. Search your jars, drawers, old wallets, and piggy banks. Look for the 2017 penny with the P Mint mark. Then examine it closely. Does the design look slightly off? Are there doubling lines, misalignments, or texture flaws? These could be signs you're holding one of the most valuable error coins in modern history. And if you do find one, get it professionally graded. Reach out to a reputable coin dealer or auction house. But whatever you do, don't sell it to a random pawn shop or coin machine. That would be like trading a Rolex for a soda. Now imagine this. You're sitting on your porch, sipping coffee, looking out over the view from your new dream home, all made possible by a coin you almost threw away. Sounds like a fantasy? It's not. It's happening. And it could happen to you. In our next video, we'll reveal 3 other modern coins worth over $100,000 that might be hiding in your home right now. You won't believe number 2. It's so common, most people spend it without a second thought. So hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. You can't afford to miss this. What if I told you that a single penny in your pocket, tossed aside or forgotten in a coin jar, could be worth more than a Ferrari? Sounds crazy, right? But it's not. Right now, an ordinary-looking 2018 D Lincoln 1-cent coin is sending shockwaves through the rare coin market, and one recently sold for an eye-popping $255,000. Yes, you heard that right. $250,000 for a coin that many people wouldn't even bend down to pick up off the ground. But this isn't just about a penny. This is about opportunity. This is about life-changing wealth hiding in plain sight. Now, before you dismiss this as another internet myth or clickbait, stay with me, because by the end of this video, not only will you know why this specific coin is so valuable, you'll also discover how you can find one yourself and potentially cash in on a treasure hiding right in your own home. So sit tight, because what you're about to learn could change your financial future forever. Let's rewind for a moment. This 2018. The Denver Mint is producing billions of pennies, most of them destined to live an unnoticed life jingling in pockets and piggy banks. But something goes wrong, or rather, something goes incredibly right for collectors. Among the standard copper-plated zinc coins, a microscopic minting error is born. A flaw so rare, so precise, that only a handful ever made it into circulation. And that, my friend, is where the legend of the 2018 D-error Lincoln penny begins. This isn't your average error coin. We're talking about a coin with a dramatic die clash. A striking misalignment that leaves ghostly impressions on Lincoln's face and the surrounding design. To a trained eye, it's numismatic art. To a collector, it's the holy grail. And to the savvy seller, it's a first-class ticket to a 6-figure payday. Now here's where things get exciting. Because as word got out, demand exploded. Collectors from coast to coast began snatching up 2018 D pennies in search of this modern marvel. Auction houses lit up. Bidding wars broke out. One specimen, certified, graded, and authenticated, was fought over with such intensity that it sold for $255,000 at auction. Imagine that kind of money from a single cent. It's the kind of discovery that people only dream about. And here's the kicker, many of these error coins are still out there. Hiding, waiting, sitting in old coffee cans, forgotten drawers, and those plastic tubs full of loose change. That means someone, somewhere, maybe even you, could be holding on to one without even knowing it. So what should you do now? Well, first, don't panic and start smashing your piggy bank with a hammer. But do start looking, because time is not on your side. As more of these error coins are discovered, prices will rise, yes, but the window to be one of the first to capitalize on this gold rush is closing fast. And trust me, the collectors are watching. Dealers are watching. The market is buzzing. If you're 30, 45, or 60 years old and sitting on old coin collections, or even just years of pocket change, you owe it to yourself to check. This isn't just a coin. It's a symbol of possibility, a key that could unlock the lifestyle you've dreamed of. A lifestyle of choice, freedom, and financial peace. Maybe it's the second home on the coast. Maybe it's the early retirement. Maybe it's finally saying goodbye to debt for good. Here's a quick tip before you go coin hunting. Look for unusual markings, misaligned prints, or doubled images on Lincoln's profile or the date. Anything that looks even slightly out of place could be your golden ticket. And if you're unsure, get it professionally appraised. Fast. Because trust me, you don't want to be the person who spends $255,000 on a coffee because you didn't check your change. Still think it's just a penny? Think again. Oh, and before we wrap this up, did I mention there might be another version of this error that hasn't even been found yet? But I'll save that twist for another video. Let's just say, the next big discovery could be yours. If you're ready to take the next step, subscribe now because this channel is your gateway to finding, valuing, and selling rare coins that can turn dust into dollars. And not just small change, but life-changing wealth. So, are you going to ignore that old jar in the garage? Or are you going to go see if you're already richer than you think? It's real, it's happening, and it could be hiding in your home right now. The 2019 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent coin is creating a frenzy among collectors and investors across America. A single error coin, just 1 little cent, has shattered expectations and is now valued at a staggering $355,000 on the current market. This is not hype, it's opportunity. And here's the kicker. This coin is not buried in some museum vault. It's in circulation. It's in pocket change. It could be in your kitchen drawer. If you've ever dreamt of selling one coin for the price of a luxury car or even a small home, you must stay with me. This video could literally be your gateway to a 6-figure payday. But first, let's unravel the story behind this modern-day gold rush. Now, you may be thinking, what's so special about a penny from 2019? Aren't those everywhere? And you're absolutely right, millions were minted. But the devil, as always, is in the details. You see, this particular coin, the one without a mint mark, is not just an ordinary cent. It's an error coin, a minting anomaly that has slipped through the cracks of the U.S. Mint's rigorous inspection process. And collectors? Oh, they love error coins. Here's where it gets fascinating. In 2019, certain Lincoln pennies were struck in such a way that the mint mark, normally showing a small D or P to represent Denver or Philadelphia, was completely missing. These errors are exceedingly rare. Combine that with the high-quality strike and immaculate condition of some of these no-mint mark specimens, and you've got a formula for incredible value. Let me ask you something. What if your next grocery store trip led to a 6-figure find? What if the coin you give your grandchild today becomes their college tuition tomorrow? That's not a joke. It's the reality collectors are waking up to. People are digging through old piggy banks, jars, and coin collections nationwide, hoping to strike literal copper gold. Still not convinced? Well, the market has spoken. The highest recorded sale for this 2019 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is a jaw-dropping $355,000 at auction. That's not speculation, that's fact. And demand hasn't slowed. If anything, it's heating up. Because once these rare errors are found, they're gone. Permanently locked away in private collections, never to return to the open market again. Now, if you're thinking, well, I've probably already spent mine on gas or coffee, don't panic. We're not here to mourn lost change. We're here to find what's still out there. Besides, who wouldn't want to spend a few minutes treasure hunting in their own house instead of doom scrolling on their phone? If Netflix can wait, this coin definitely can't. And hey, wouldn't it be hilarious if that penny your cat batted under the fridge last year is now worth more than your car? Yeah. That's how wild this is. Here's where things get serious, and where you need to act fast. This isn't a coin that's going to stay on the radar forever. As more of these rare 2019 no-mint mark pennies are found and cataloged, the chances of stumbling upon one naturally dwindle. The window to capitalize is closing. Collectors are aggressively seeking these coins, dealers are upping their offers, and private investors are watching auction houses like hawks. Why? Because U.S. error coins have a proven history of appreciating in value, and this particular penny is leading the charge in 21st century collectibles. You're not just selling a coin. You're holding a piece of minting history that is irreplaceable, in demand, and worth more every single day. And for those of you with old coin collections passed down from family, now's the time to take a second look. A single overlooked penny could be your entry ticket into a lifestyle of wealth, freedom, and legacy. Imagine paying off your debts, upgrading your home, or finally taking that dream vacation. All thanks to one copper-colored miracle. But here's the cliffhanger. What if I told you this isn't the only modern penny commanding massive figures? In fact, there are 3 others from the past decade that are quietly being snatched up by top collectors. Want to know what they are? Make sure you're subscribed and notifications are on, because in our next video, we'll reveal the second coin that could be worth over $200,000, and how to identify it in under 5 seconds. Until then, go check your coins. Your next life upgrade might be sitting in your pocket, waiting to be discovered. And remember, this isn't just about finding treasure. It's about unlocking the wealth that's already in your hands. If you found this eye-opening, hit that like button and share it with someone you know who has a coin jar collecting dust. You never know whose life might change from one small penny. Drop a comment if you think you've got one of these 2019 era coins, or if you've already hit the jackpot. The world of rare coins isn't just for experts or millionaires. It's for anyone willing to look a little closer. Stay curious, stay hungry, and remember, wealth doesn't always come in big packages. Sometimes, it's hidden in the tiniest of coins. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, a 1-cent coin, could be the golden ticket to your new life of wealth, freedom, and opportunity? Sounds like a late-night infomercial, right? But stick with me because this isn't fantasy. It's real. In 2021, the U.S. Mint released the Lincoln 1-cent penny with a D mint mark, and due to a rare and stunning error, some of these coins are now commanding jaw-dropping prices, as high as $255,000. That's right, a coin that costs almost nothing to mint is now a 6-figure asset in the collector world. And if you're sitting on one, your financial future could be about to change forever. Now, before you brush this off thinking, it's just a penny, let me stop you right there. This isn't just a story about copper and zinc. This is about you. The possibilities sitting unnoticed in your jar of change, your grandfather's drawer, or even hiding between your car seats. This video is your chance to discover a secret most people overlook, and by the end, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to identify it, and why the demand for this rare coin is exploding like never before. Let's go back to 2021. The world was recovering, shifting, recalibrating. And amidst all that noise, the Denver Mint quietly struck millions of pennies. But something unusual slipped through. An error, a defect so rare and so spectacular that collectors and investors went wild. One particular variation of the 2021 D Lincoln penny contains a misstrike, an off-center die error, possibly combined with doubling on the obverse. And because the U.S. Mint has such stringent quality controls, very few of these coins made it into circulation. We're talking needle-in-a-haystack rarity. And that rarity? That's what turns a penny into a payday. Now imagine this. Someone out there, just like you, rummaged through their pocket change and spotted one of these peculiar coins. It was sent for grading, verified, and boom, $255,000 in market value. Not theoretical, not speculative. A real price tag from real buyers in the high-end numismatic world. And guess what? That wasn't the only one. Here's the twist. There are more out there. Experts believe that several dozen of these error coins are still hiding in circulation or private coin collections, waiting to be found. Could one of them be in your possession? This is where your story could begin. But before we dive into what to look for, quick question. When was the last time you actually looked at a penny? No, I mean really looked at it? Maybe it's time you did. Let's pause for a moment. You might be thinking, I don't know anything about coins. I just want to live a wealthy life, not become a numismatist. That's fair. But here's the beauty. You don't need to be an expert. You just need to know this one detail. Remember the show Storage Wars? People found treasure in forgotten storage units. This is the same thing, only smaller and shinier. And you don't need a lock cutter, just a magnifying glass and a little curiosity. So, how do you know if you're holding a 2021 D penny worth 6 figures? Here's the breakdown. Look for a strong D mint mark under the date. But more importantly, look for signs of misalignment. Off-center strikes, doubling around Lincoln's eye, or the words, "In God we trust." These aren't ordinary features. They're the hallmarks of a jackpot hiding in plain sight. And don't wait. The coin market is red hot. Collectors, dealers, and private investors are constantly scouring the marketplace. The longer you wait, the harder it gets to be the one who discovers these gems first. There's already talk in collector forums that prices could climb even higher, especially as more people wake up to the hidden fortune in their change jars. And here's the real kicker. If you do find one and get it professionally graded, say by PCGS or NGC, and it comes back with a high grade, that $255,000 valuation becomes not just possible but probable. Think about that. One moment you're holding loose change. The next, you're holding a ticket to financial freedom. Now picture this. A year from now, you're not worrying about gas prices or credit card bills. You're relaxing in a vacation home, maybe even starting your own rare coin business, leveraging your knowledge and your story, all because you took one simple step today, checking your change. But here's where it gets even more exciting, because this isn't the only high-value penny floating out there. In our next video, we're diving into another Lincoln cent that's sparking bidding wars across the country, and it's even older. So make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, and hit that like button, because this journey is just getting started, and the next coin might be even more valuable.